Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to DJ's Workshop. Today we're going to be talking about brake pulsations. So normally when you get a brake pulsation on your vehicle, you're going to feel it in the steering wheel. You're going to feel like a little shimmy. And what you'll feel is the harder you brake and the faster you're going, the more you're going to feel it. So at a slow speed, it might just feel like a little dum, dum, dum. But as you're going down the highway and you take an off ramp and you really get on the brakes hard, then you're going to feel it's going to really be noticeable. But today we're going to talk about a rear wheel pulsation. And the difference is when the front one is pulsing, it's because the rotors are warped, okay? And as the brakes pad is hitting it, it's giving you that pulsation. Usually it can be caused by the rotors being very hot. And then sometimes if you hit like a big puddle, the cold water can shock it and kind of warp it a little bit. But what we're talking about today is the rear ones. So on a front one, like I say, you're going to feel it in the steering wheel. But when the rear ones are warped, you're going to feel it in the seat. You won't feel it in the wheel. You'll feel it in the brake pedal pulsing, and you feel it in the seat kind of jiggling you. On this particular vehicle that we're doing today, it's going to have drum brakes. Most cars nowadays have disc brakes, front and rear, which would be the same thing. The good thing about drum brakes is it's easier to diagnose. So other than the fact that you can feel it in the seat, there is one other way that you can check it. So on a drum brake system, it utilizes the brake shoes for the braking and for the parking brake. So what will happen is if you are going slowly and you grab the parking brake and you gently lift it up, you can feel it pulsing in the handle. And that tells you that it's the back brakes, because the front brakes don't work off of the e-brake, only the back ones do. So if you pull it and you don't feel anything and you feel it in the steering wheel, it's the front. If you pull it and you can feel it pulsing in the handle and you can feel it shimmying in the seat, then it's the rear. So we got some new drums here. I just got these from a local auto store, I think Advanced Auto. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the vehicle in here, we'll get it up. It's not too big a deal. You basically just raise the back of the car, take the two wheels off, and then pull the drums off. So let me get the vehicle in here and we'll show you how we're going to do that. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to chalk up the front wheels just to keep the car from rolling. Normally if you were doing the front brakes, you would lift the front and then you could put the e-brake on to hold the vehicle from rolling with the emergency brake. But because we are taking the rear wheels apart, you can't do that. Alright, so the next step is we want to get the vehicle jacked up. But before we do that, we want to break the lugs free, and then we'll use the air gun to zip the tire off. Okay, so you just want to crack the lugs loose so that way when you get the air gun on there, they'll come off easier. Next thing, we'll get the car jacked up. Okay, you just want to get it high enough to get the wheel off the ground. Okay, so now we have the drum exposed. So depending on your vehicle, how old it is, when the last time it was serviced, sometimes you have to kind of beat these with a hammer to get them off. It usually helps if you lubricate around here. There also is two holes here, and these are threaded holes, and what you do is you put a bolt in here and it will push against the drum and pull the drum out. So if it doesn't readily pop off, we're going to get a couple of bolts and do that. And you can see it slides the drum right off for you. Okay. Okay, now, normally you would want to go ahead and replace your brakes at this time. Fortunately, these brakes are in great shape. They were replaced not that long ago. The pads look very thick. Everything looks clean. It looks good. So I'm not going to go ahead and replace the brakes because there's no need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace these drums. We'll put the new ones on and see if that gets rid of the vibration. Okay, now, when these drums come from the dealer, they're bare metal. They do have an oil coating on them to help protect them. It looks like this one may have come painted, or maybe somebody painted it. Now, I don't know if painting them is going to hold some of the heat in, which may have contributed to it warping. So I'm going to leave these bare. And you basically just put this on here. And you can hear there's just a slight bit of drag on there, which is what you want. If it's very loose, then you're going to want to go ahead and get your adjuster and spin that wheel to tighten it up a little bit. I was just in here not that long ago checking these brakes, and I did adjust them, so I know they're okay at this point. So that's pretty much it. You get the new drum on there. We're going to put the wheel back on. We'll do the other side, and then we'll take it for a ride and see if that took care of the pulsation. All right, guys, so I just wanted to share that with you, how to tell the difference between a front brake pulsation and a rear brake pulsation. So on the fronts, you would replace the rotors and the brake pads if they're worn. And then on the back, it would also be rotors and pads on a newer type vehicle, but this one here still has the drum brakes on the back, so we're putting drums on this one. All right, so let me get this finished up. We'll take it for a ride, and then hopefully we're all set. All right, guys, hope that helps explain a little bit about brake pulsations and what you need to do to take care of it. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, share, a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the next one.